So that's the sound of a knackered campervan engine. That's me trying my best to fix it, but realising after an hour I needed a tow truck. Unfortunately, when I got to Calais, migrants tried to get into my campervan, but don't worry, that was all sorted out. Told them to bugger off, and I got a tow all the way back through France, Belgium, into the UK. We're on a ferry going back home, and then we're going to work out what happened to my engine. Is it serviceable? Can it be repaired? Or do we have to buy a brand new van? Stay tuned, folks. This is going to be a big one. Well, back again.
We're back in.
In the same van.
Yeah.
I disappeared for a few days.
Yeah, you did.
In a recovery truck.
You abandoned me.
Okay.
Technically, I abandoned you because I left first.
You did, really, yeah. But
So,
anyhow. So yeah, Mandy's back now, and I'll update you on my engine repair and all that in a minute. But needless to say, I'm going to be without a home. And if you haven't watched the video I did over on Gadget John, all about recovery gear that I carry around with me, it was quite useful, wasn't it?
It really, really was. Right, come on.
Right, everyone. What do you think we're going to buy from here? Pause. No cheating. Come on, leave it in the comments below. So come to this place that's got caravans and motorhomes. And Mandy is actually looking for a motorhome. So she wants to get a motorhome that is roughly the size of her van, but with extra storage. Is this it?
It's huge. It doesn't look this big from the outside at all, does it?
No, but look at the space you've got, babe. You got like a working area, eating area, fixed bed, all the storage under the fixed bed.
Can you get to it from outside? You can.
And possibly.
Would I get a My Rider in on its side?
You probably would if you removed that.
Just underneath it.
I think someone's built that themselves by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look to be part of the standard fitment. So, yeah, you probably get a bike. If not, then you just have to carry the bike inside and dump it in there. It'd definitely fit in the
in this bit.
This bit, yeah. What's your loo and everything like? You got a shower as well. Oh wow! And it's a pilote. Is it a pilote?
Yeah.
Oui.
Oui, monsieur.
You even get a little oven, which is quite strange for European vans.
Yeah. And a grill and an oven.
Yeah.
3 burners.
And this is quite a generous side seat.
Yeah, I was thinking that as far as like with people coming in and sitting round, they easily get 6.
Yeah.
And a shrinky table.
Oh, what happened to the table? You broke it.
I haven't broke it.
And it's almost the same van.
It's got aircon!
And cruise control.
Cruise!
You'd be like in a proper thing, in a proper motorhome. It looks like you got a reversing camera as well. I realised then I'd lost Mandy because she's like a magpie. She'd seen something shiny over the other side of the car park. Right, let's have a look at this one. So it's a Sunlight Active T66, 40 grand. Looks it's obviously a new shaped cab, or the newer shaped cab. Big storage at the back. Got nice steps to get in. And I know Sunlight, I think they're part of the Adria group or something like that.
Well, all I can say is that Tash and John have had them, and if they love them, then we
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got the beds at the back like we had in the Bursner. Well, that's a bit easier than the Bursner was to get the other bit, isn't it?
Get things for a ladder.
Oh yeah.
So if you want a super double, that's quite big.
Got the telly, nice kitchen, nice big fridge freezer.
There's shelves up there like you didn't get them on the Bursner.
Oh yeah, for storage and stuff.
Yeah.
What about your toilet? You're not getting there yet, are you?
Nope.
Oh wow. You're gonna have to go in and try and work that one out. You can't get out?
No. Because that covers the handle.
Yeah, but you can always put it back.
No, you can't because of the The toilet gets in the way. So when that's open, it gets tucked behind the toilet and it doesn't come open.
No way.
So there must be something I'm missing on that one.
Just don't live on it. Don't live in one on your own.
It's that there. So I'm wondering whether it just does.
All right. Okay.
Instead of it tucking in. It's got an air vent.
Well, that's quite good for heating on your back while you're on the shitter.
Mm. Yeah, imagine that. I'd be there. First thing in the morning.
It's not bad though, is it?
It isn't at all. It's lovely. And of course, with it being it's not a foreign van, is it? I say got the, but it's perfect for duplex. We had a duplex in there.
It is a foreign van because the door's on the wrong side. So it's not a British-made van.
Oh, right, yeah.
Although it is British registered and everything.
Mm.
Nice big fridge freezer there.
Yeah.
What you got up front? You've got cruise, air conditioning. Keys are in the ignition as well.
Wow, free! If you're from Manchester.
Nice captain's chairs. Can't believe this 40 grand, it's quite nice.
Yeah, and it's got, ready?
Soft clothes.
You get under here. 3 gas, no electric. You know, this is well decent, isn't
I'm
it?
gonna go look at storage.
Yeah. Hang on, I want to have a look under the bed.
Alright.
So you've got.
Big cupboard.
It's
Just
got mail in
see
there.
your ass right now. No, as in,
Oh.
not actual.
And then that's just got a couple of shelves in.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's a through and through as well. Look at the storage.
It's a studio apartment. It's like the size of my van.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but that space there is probably 3 times the storage space you've got in your van.
No.
Just that bit. And then you got little shelves and everything that go up the top there.
And then these go.
Through the steps maybe or something?
It doesn't go as far as the steps.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that there's some wasted storage under the steps there.
You got a bike rack as well, should you want to do the old bike racky thing.
Well, there's no point with all that.
And you got a tow bar and an 18 plate as well.
My goodness, that is a nice van.
That's really nice. You got alloys as well, 16-inch alloys. Need to find out the length, see if it's on the plate, on the sheet at the front.
There's no sheet.
Wow, look at this little thing, Wild Axe, cutie. Wow. So, Sunlight Active T66.
6.9.
6.9, so it's still 7 metres.
Yeah,
That's weird.
And it's German built.
Okay, but that's weird, that isn't it? Because where's the extra space? That
Maybe the kitchen. The kitchen looked like it was a little bit longer.
Bigger, yeah. That's a good van, that though, for that price.
It is.
Enough of the teasing already. Now, we didn't actually come out to buy a motorhome. We came out for something a bit more reasonable. Yeah, definitely not that price. Right. Mrs. Bargain Hunter's found a £1,200 one. She's got to go and have a look.
Yep.
What do you get for 1,200 quid? It's a doer-upper. I'll tell you what, it probably looks in better nick than some of the ones we looked at before that were 5.
It's not terrible. It's got a pull-out table thing. I know it's got a clip on it.
Yeah.
Let's see what joys we get and delights in the toilet. So you got your little work area.
Yeah, little work area. Is it the
It's
same?
roomier than the other one. You don't need a sink plug though. Apparently
Oh yeah,
that's
you
the requirement.
don't even need a sink. Really, it's gone.
But these ones are definitely better for fitting larger bottoms on.
Yeah, than the swivelly ones. Yeah. Are you going to prove it?
Yeah, look. Roomy! That one's always got a toilet roll over there. Yeah, well, it could have gone there.
People, eh?
People.
And you get to open the window when it stinks so much and go...
Yeah. See? And it's got the toilet tap.
Oh yeah. Good old-fashioned Charlotte tap.
You know what? For 1,200 quid, it is not terrible.
Like I say, I'm not being funny now, but when we looked at those that we looked at first thing this morning,
Yeah.
that were like 3 and 4 grand, this is better nick.
It definitely is. Oh, it's got a bunk bed there, look. That comes out.
Yeah? I like the way you demonstrate that.
Well, I'm not going to drop it or something, wouldn't you?
Right, serious now.
You're not tempted?
Oh wow. Something's happened there. That's gone a bit squiffy. No, I am not tempted, thank you. Run away is what John's mind's going at.
I tell you.
Run away. Yeah, I'm not a fan of caravans. We towed caravans for maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 years. And I'm not a fan of the wobble box. But you know, we'd had a chat earlier this morning when we looked around some real bargain basement stuff. And the reality of the situation is I need somewhere to live. And an Airbnb or a hotel or anything else for 2 or 3 weeks is going to cost me about 1,500 quid. So if we buy a caravan, essentially we get that money back at the end of it instead of wasting it. Stop in for a nice Toby Carvery, why not, eh?
Yes. Been a while.
Obviously get to have a chat about our decision making stuff and enjoy some nice food. Right, we fed our bellies.
Fed our bellies are fed.
Never make a financial decision on an empty belly.
No, this is very, very true.
So we've got one more place to look at, and then obviously from then we'll decide what we're going to do.
Aye, because these are the best ones. We've been having a look for a little bit, haven't we, of things like on Marketplace and eBay and all of this. And these ones all seem to be the better of the ones that we've found.
Yeah, so I think I looked on Marketplace, eBay and Auto Trader, and then picked out ones that had like a dealership of where I wanted to go sort of thing.
Yeah.
So well, let's get going. Right, we found some budgety ones, more like our original ones, so let's go and have a look at these.
Yep.
This one's 4 and then the next one is about 5.5. So they could be just better quality than the other place. The other place seemed like they were cheap. Well, that's a lot of space when you walk in.
Yeah, it's not got the dinette that you like, but...
Fixed bed. I don't know, I think I'd walk away straight away.
Straight away with a fixed bed.
Yeah, because you just get a smaller toilet shower and nowhere to work.
I must admit, just walking in there without the little dinette, it's just like...
Yeah.
No.
We'd worked out that the kind of layout that would work for us would be a front sort of bench area and a diner area, if possible, within the budget. They were the more expensive of options, but that hopefully gave us enough of what we needed, or essentially what I needed, which is somewhere to work and somewhere to sleep until my campervan's fixed. However, what you kind of work out quite quickly is going and doubling your budget doesn't always get you double what you thought you were going to get. So we had some thinking to do, because the more we looked at them, things were just not making sense. And I think at the back of my mind I was thinking the idea really was to spend some money on a caravan that was equivalent to what it's likely to cost me for an Airbnb or a hotel or something like that, while my van is having the engine fixed. So yeah, I think we just got carried away. So we kind of just abandoned it, maybe after a little argument too. We'll pick this one up tomorrow. First time towing in how many years?
Oh, crikey.
Must be 10.
10 years, yeah. Well, apart from, towing you the other day.
Yeah, towing properly.
Towing properly.
Yeah. So, yeah. We have a wobble box. It's going to be our new little holiday home. The concentration.
It's called papping oneself.
Oh.
I'm not, I'm alright. The van's handling it like a dream.
So your van's easily got enough power to pull that.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And if you do get a bit twingy then I'll drive.
Yep.
But so far,
all good.
Yep. So this is it. This is our little caravan. Fortunately, Mandy's van has a tow bar. So we're going to site the caravan here until my van engine is repaired or I get a new camper van. I still don't know yet, unfortunately. But yeah, here's the van. Cheap, cheerful, dry, warm, and is going to be my new home for, however long it takes. Right then, just getting ready to tow my van out of this pitch. Pitched it next to the caravan so I could transfer all my stuff over. So everything's set up there now for it to be towed backwards. So it's out of the parking spot. Mandy's just getting ready over there just to give us a tow back. And then basically towed down there, where hopefully today they'll pick me up to take it to the garage. But obviously for the meantime, these guys want to use the pitches, and today is Friday, so they've probably got a lot of people arriving, and they didn't expect me to be taking up 2 pitches. Hey ho, greedy John. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Well, as you can tell, we got a caravan.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it?
For me, all this has been quite a worst case scenario. So I have very flippantly, and now sort of feel bad about that, but I've very flippantly in the past, when people have asked, what do you do if your van broke down or whatever, I said, oh, I've got money, I'll just go stay in a hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
But then you put time restrictions and problems accessing your vehicle and doing all this in a foreign country and blah, blah, blah.
It didn't flow as well as we thought it might do, would it?
No.
Not at all.
As we've said already, Mandy's van, it's more than capable of carrying some of my things, and in an emergency, allowing somewhere for us both to stay. But it's not big enough to put all my personal belongings in and still be a usable camper van, is it?
No, that would have been everything all over the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, it did make me think that I carried too much stuff that I never use. So it's one of those things now. It's like it's made us think about a lot of things.
Yeah.
About what I carry and don't use, and having to sort that out, because
Yeah.
I really should make sure that there is. I couldn't even put like a crate of pop in my van. It's things like so. Yeah. So it's caused us to both reevaluate what we carry.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got to get the balance right of what you need and what is just nice.
It's a home, but also at the same time, like I carry all sorts of emergency equipment, which actually turned out quite well for getting towed away and having all my flashing lights on and all that kind of stuff. There is an element of, having a bit of space should something happen, or also having not a lot of things, so should something happen, you can easily sort of get out of your vehicle without thinking, oh my God, well, what am I going to do with all this? 10, 12 days or whatever in a hotel for all that amount of money. I've got to sit in a hotel room. I'd have no transport. So I thought, right, okay then. I think the easiest thing to do is get a caravan. On the day after you got back and you're like, I'm not doing anything on Tuesday.
I'm having a rest day. I was like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying in bed. We went looking at caravans.
We did?
Yeah. But I mean, it's cool for 1,500 quid. It's got like the water and the waste. It's got an awning. John's just into caravan living.
Yeah, I'm not happy, but it'll do. And I miss my comfort of everything that I decided to build in the way that I did of my camper van.
See, I think that's one of those things. As soon as you go self-build, it has a whole different turn on everything. Normally, there'd be some compromise. The ones we've had that have been factory built, there's always been compromises in. Whereas now, you've done it yourself. You've done it exactly how you want it, and then nothing else is the same. Yeah, it's not got the same accessibility and storagey things.
Not really.
It'll do.
It'll do for a couple of weeks or so. And hopefully I'll get my van back and then we can carry on our travel plans.
Yes.
Just after recording that clip, Mandy received a phone call from a family member to say her stepmom had been rushed to hospital, and basically said you should come down as fast as you can. Right, so it's been 3 weeks, I think, since the van broke down, the 13th of March, and now it's Monday, the 7th of April, and today is sort of 2 weeks since I dropped my van off at the garage. Obviously they've had a few issues of I can't just expect them to instantly start working on the van. They've got to fit it around other planned work and other people dropping their stuff in before me. So today I get to go and find out what went wrong. They found out what went wrong with the engine, and what the plan is to get the van back on the road again. So it's been 3 weeks since this van drove anywhere, like engine powered, and it's been 2 weeks since I've seen it So it's been at the garage for 2 weeks while they're, first of all, you know, got around to looking at it because they're a busy garage, and then secondly to do some diagnostic sort of work and look into what's going on. So yeah, let's go and find out exactly what they've found. Right, so that's the head, and in there goes the 2 camshafts. On the side here is the cam belt, and then way down below there is all the pistons and everything else. So you can see the valves there. Camshafts have been taken out because the chain that drives the 2 camshafts together, obviously all that had to come apart. So that's the top of the engine, that's the rocker cover, and that is the camshaft bit, and that's the chain that drives the 2 camshafts together, and that is the cam belt assembly that drives this camshaft. So you got a cam belt from the bottom of the engine driving that camshaft. That camshaft then has a chain that drives this camshaft. Obviously it's all in bits at the moment, so you got your fuel pump out there. They even took the injectors out and everything like that to do all sorts of compression tests. Those are the lifters which go on top of these lobes, go up and down, and then they move obviously the valves underneath them for exhaust or inlet. Not wanting to explain how engine works, people, but just explaining what each bit is. And that is what went wrong. And those bits there are what came off. So that the cog system there basically shattered. So that's basically what went wrong. So the 2 camshafts have, let me just show, a cog there. This chain obviously sits nice and tight there. This is the tensioner, which squeezes the chain so it makes it nice and tight. And this cam just basically lost the plot. And fatigue, metal fatigue, caused half of the cogs to just, leave. So, yeah, as weird as it is, but that's it. That's the simple explanation, folks, that one cam simply lost the teeth off the cog, which meant that it stopped turning. Now here's the funny bit though. Well, not really funny, but interesting bit. As you saw from the previous videos, this happened at quite a low speed, very low revs. On pulling the engine apart, and they've been doing all sorts of pressure tests and everything else, it seems like the only damage to the engine is that cog that's basically given up. That's it. Looks like from all their testing that the valves are still sealed and seated correctly, that nothing of the valve train has hit the pistons, so could essentially get away with the 2 cams being replaced. Obviously the engine needs a full clean because there's going to be metal parts in there from that cog, so engine gets a full clean out, oil change, get the sump off, all that kind of stuff, new oil pump, yada yada yada. Essentially it's going to get a top end rebuild to fix that tiny little bit of metal that cracked off the cam. So they've used this to pressure test via the injector holes to make sure that the valves are all still seated okay, and that would hopefully suggest then that the engine is still totally fine and all the valves are still totally fine. So they're confident that 2 cams, new chain, and obviously then a cam kit, so cam belt, water pump and all that, full deep clean of the engine, full rebuild, and then like I say, get the sump off, make sure there's nothing in there as well, new oil pump, put it back together, engine's good as it was before, which my engine was good engine. Didn't have any problems with it. I asked him about the boiling over of that, and I've replaced that with a new one, and he said basically it was probably just the old one, that had a leak in it, and that's why it's boiling over. So ever since I replaced that, nothing's happened anyway. So yeah, looks like for whatever reason there was a crack in it or whatever. So there was never any problems, anything like that. So yeah, for whatever reason, the metal fatigue on that cam gave way, engine stopped, no damage done. There we are. So I could have my van back soon. I'm very glad I've seen my van. That's calmed me. I'm glad I know now what caused the problem, and glad that there's a plan of action. So hopefully I should have my van back in the next 10 days. Yeah, quite happy about that, folks. It should be a lot cheaper than I was expecting as well. So probably about half the price is what I was expecting. So not too long, and then get back on the road. And then ultimately get back down to Mandy and help her sort all the family stuff out that is ongoing now. So yeah, I don't know when we're going to get back to being back on the road as such, but we'll let you know. But yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for everyone's kind words and well wishes and everything else about the engine problems and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd bring it to a conclusion so you knew what happened, you know, how we got it back, everything in between, and then obviously what the fix is, and all the costs roughly as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. Take care, and we shall see you next time. Bye.